if you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love, yeah.
shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. These feelings are familiar, swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her, swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust, I've been in and out of touch. I've been in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty, better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Boy, you're all peace, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love. Yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I'm just worried that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Boy, you're all peace, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love. Yeah.
sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis love just made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love. Yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. Brought this in at the beginning of, I want to say, what, last year? So we've been keeping Music Mondays pretty consistently. Dunk's probably still is at work grinding it out, but he has the link, so he knows how to join whenever he's ready. I'll keep an eye and see if that happens or not. But yeah, also sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. We talk a little bit of everything over there, man, from simply is just talking sneakers to music to sports, people posting their foods, which I got to post one. You get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week as well. Definitely like how that community has grown slowly but surely, man. And I was just taught slow and steady wins the race, or the pace anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it a nice pace. So I like how that's going as well. So y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. I wanted to take a little break from Diddy, sort of, right? Okay, because last week I feel like all we did was talk about Diddy. And yes, there's some more stuff coming in, but I'm going to tie it in to pretty much what we got going on tonight. This would have been a great debate, and I think that Dunks, every time we get ready to have this topic, I don't know where he'd be at, but we had this topic in the Goodfellas meeting last Friday. Salutes to the people who knows already kind of what we already talked about, but pretty much I said, what's the toughest era in hip hop? We didn't call it that, but we were kind of going back and forth about that. I don't know if the guys remember that, but pretty much we were saying like who had it worse, like, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much, man, you know, we can go all the way back from the 80s, 90s. We can even take it further back. But a lot of people were saying like Nelly saying the 99 to like the 2010s was the worst era, because every decade, every 10 years. So we go from there to be 10 years if we're going to go by Nelly's count. So he did post an article on that. So I'm definitely going to pull that up, see what he's talking about. Also, it seems like DJ Paul, which is a part of 3 6 Mafia, one half with Juicy J. There actually used to be 6 members in the group. Then it was 3 members. So that's how it became like 3 6 Mafia. Then it switched back to 6, and then it went back to 3 again. I think they always kind of play that. So that's just kind of how they stuck on like 3 6 Mafia. To the best of my knowledge, also close to the area where me and Dunks grew up as well. So what's the toughest era in hip-hop? I want to talk that tonight. Also, I want to talk Young Thug update, a little bit of Dame Dash ROC-A-FELLA shares, that issue where, you know, apparently he was supposed to sell his shares, but interesting enough who's going to be probably copping those. And then also I want to touch on Diddy. Pause. But I want to, there's no way to say this, especially with all the allegations going on against him, but we will do a slight little update on Diddy, kind of tie that in with the whole like Nelly and saying it's the hip hop era and stuff like that. Which one was the hardest? We're gonna tie Diddy in that way, and then also with NBA YoungBoy, we're gonna tie him in when we touch on the Young Thug stuff, right? Okay, probably gonna dive right in on the latest like Young Thug stuff, and then I'm gonna talk about pretty much we'll go into NBA YoungBoy, and then we'll dive into like what Nelly said. If we're gonna keep it that way, pretty smooth. Other than that, man, as y'all come in and out of this joint, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Sub up. Definitely appreciate that all the way. But yeah, I'm just checking the camera, making sure everything is good. Y'all let me know if audio is okay and visual is okay as well as y'all come in and out, man. So let me test the chat real quick before I share my screen. Looks like we do have Manny with the kicks in the building. He says, "Yurt. What up, Manny? What up? What up?" Smash that like button, y'all, as y'all coming in out, man. Y'all know how YouTube really, they don't really push my lives until it seems like I get up off of the joint. So I ain't even really tripping off of the joint. But yeah, let me hit the, let me start off with the Young Thug situation, because I actually haven't covered Young Thug in a while. And he's been going on with trial for quite some time. So let me share my screen here. Boom. Should be sharing the screen. But yeah, Young Thug has been really going through it, man. And you know, whether the stuff against him is true or not, I don't know, right? We've touched this topic time and time again, but I do want to give an update. So Young Thug's lawyer cites overturned murder conviction and push to dismiss the RICO case. Not trying to be mean here, but you know for a fact, if you've even been keeping up with the topic just for a little bit, I'm not saying he's doing what he's supposed to do as an attorney to get his client out of that situation. So pretty much like Melly's stuff ended in a mistrial, I don't see why Thugs won. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it at that. Man with the Kick says, cooling with the junior fams and about cooking something. Okay, so you chilling with the kiddos and about to cook something. Got you. Cool, that's what's up. But yeah, his lawyer has tried to get this joint thrown out several times, and each time the judge has been like, no, the judge is not. I would say both in the Melly case and in the Thug case, the other judge seems like he's showing no emotion, no compassion whatsoever. The other judge, he done brought a dog in there or whatever. That case is wild and all over the place. But he's more softer spoken, but he's still being tough too, if that makes sense. They want to make sure they comb through this stuff with a fine tooth comb, so to speak. And I think Thug's lawyer's angle, he's I know this has got to be, if Wine and Vellucci, right? When y'all, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the Boosie interviews with Vlad, but whenever he told me for what Wine and Vellucci got, just a slight update on him as well, he got pretty much time served, and he's gonna be out in 3 months. He pled guilty to some stuff, but he also, you know, did not cooperate and stuff. That, I'm gonna tell you one thing, that's equivalent to not snitching, right? That's the only way you don't snitch. I know personally, because all the stuff that I was in, when it got time to like, okay, cool, I told y'all this stories time and time again. So if I sound a little traumatized, y'all know why, man. You can't get over it whenever you know you had to sit down for a little bit. But I say all that to say that or get slowed down on my situation, because I ain't get locked up or nothing, but like I, you know, definitely had to slow my roll, you know. But I say all that to say is, yeah, when you take it all on the chin, sometimes they will cut you a break, and that's what the attorney's for. But I say all that to say, Boosie said, and this is all alleged and opinionated based, like this whole live, is that Wine and Vellucci had to pay $300K to his turn to get that deal. So if he took it all the way to trial, that was gonna be easily double 600, if not 900, if not tripled. So imagine what Thugs, he's in the trial right now. So imagine what he gotta do, and you know what I'm saying. Imagine what he gotta pay. I don't want to. I know it's in the millies. Ain't no way this ain't $1 million case. Probably gonna still owe him a little. I'm gonna tell you this: if his lawyer get him out this case and he can get back on the road, I'm telling you, he gonna have probably the best first day out song. He gonna be, I'm telling you, I bet you he got Thug too creative, bro. And I know he not looking himself right now, but I mean, he obviously living comfortable in there. You know, I ain't gonna say he living comfortable, but he's, how do you say it nicely? They're not starving him. I'm gonna say that. You know, it's probably a whole bunch of stuff he don't want to eat though. Men with the Kick says, first era of hip hop laid the foundation and set the bar high for the genre future evolution. This is true, right? But did it elevate correctly? Because it seems like to me it elevated and then it's plateaued down. You know, if I'm gonna just keep it like that, like plateaued, what I mean by that is like it's leveled out. Now, hopefully I'm using the word correctly. But let me read through this Young Thug's article real quick about what his lawyer's trying to do to get the case pushed to the RICO case dismissed. Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, which, yeah, I assume he's supposed to be the best. If Lucci had the top, like, I think Lucci had the second best, and then if you had to put them in order, I remember when we were talking about this, because we've been talking about this for a while. I think they said Thug had a #1 lawyer in that area. The other guy Lucci had the second best. So Thug lawyer, he gotta come, you know what I'm saying? He gotta come through. Let's see. I do think it's gonna be dismissed, but let me see what his lawyer thinks why it should be dismissed. Now, this was published March 8th. It says, Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele, has filed another memorandum of law in an attempt to get the YSL RICO case tossed out of court. Says, according to Law Crime, who accessed the documents before the site Fountain County Court, a stage move comes into a wake of a murder conviction, another Georgia case with ties to hip hop. So this is why we're talking about this, you know what I'm saying? Because this, like it or not, this kind of comes with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that comes with hip hop. It says, on Tuesday, March 5th, Morgan Candler Baker's conviction in 2019 shooting of a security guard was thrown out after Georgia's highest court ruled that a music video for Ghetto Angels by No Cap, in which Baker waved the gun, should not have been played for the jurors tasked with considering the 2019 killing in Tamarco Head. Pause. So yeah, that's probably gonna help that. What his lawyers, if I had to, I haven't read through the rest of it, but if I had to guess, what I'm assuming is most likely that if if that guy got it ruled to a higher court that his stuff can't be used against him because it's like music or whatever, he's gonna use that same concept, like y'all can't use his lyrics against him, this, that, and the third, and throw it out, because they are definitely, from the outside looking in my opinion, allegedly, it looks like they're using the lyrics against him. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what kind of motion his lawyer is on right now, seeing all that happen, right? Says still took note of his and of this and filed a memorandum of law on Thursday, March 7, in which he requested the judge Earl Glanville exclude all evidence related to the use of rap videos, music lyrics, and the like during the trial. This is a tough judge, though, man. It seems like, I'm not saying Thugs ain't catching no break, but he's letting, like, because this is a state RICO case, so he's letting the state pretty much do whatever. He's checking them too, but he's kind of getting tired of them too, from what I've been seeing. I haven't been watching the case as much. The Melly one had everybody on edge, bro. Now I think I seen some updates on that, but not much. It's kind of like his stuff dismissed, but it's starting all over. I feel like they could at least give homie a house arrest joint. Let him get out back to his regular life on house arrest. You know what I'm saying? Let me read through the rest of the article real quick, and then we'll transition to NBA YoungBoy. Says this honorable court conditionally admitted evidence of rap videos, musical lyrics, and the like in the trial of the case if the prosecution lay a proper foundation for the same, Steele wrote. Mr. Williams argued that the admission of those items without foundation, that these specific lyrics, videos, words, and other artistic expression violates the constitutional and statutory provisions. So pretty much saying it's pretty much against the law to use it against them. Basically, because, I mean, technically it's not, but we've seen how the Supreme Court rules. So, like, obviously they're going to appeal it to the higher court, however it goes, if it doesn't work in their favor. He continued, says, without the prosecution knowing who wrote the lyrics at issue, when the lyrics were written, when the lyrics were produced, who potentially changed any lyrics, what the intentions of the lyrics, what was the mindset of the person speaking the lyrics, who authorized and promoted and orchestrated the musical videos, whether they were real guns or not, whether the musical videos were done for promotional purposes or the like. It says, Mr. Williams again asked this honorable court to exclude any and all the state requested evidence protestant to the constitutional provisions previously argued. So pretty much he closed it or he pretty much introduced what he was asking, gave us a body of why, and then closed out again what he was asking the judge to do. With this court stuff, when you're talking to the judge, man, to be honest, you need to be getting straight to the point. You got to be super respectful, be straight to the point, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like judges, it's on a different ball game, bro. Like the attorney, I don't see how I can, and what kills me is people like my coworker, right? He just started or whatever. And Dunks have said this often, like, man, you need to go and be an attorney. I don't know, bro. I don't think, I mean, that seems like, hey, you know, I'm getting gray hairs each and every day, bro. It ain't just showing, y'all just can't see them joints yet. But I say all that to say, I know being a good attorney, quote unquote, it's got to be a stressful job. I don't even want to know what the bad attorneys go through, but the good attorneys that are busy and picking their own clients and this and the third, I know they go through. Got to. And I don't have to have several attorneys, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm here, so obviously, while I did not, you know, I ain't gonna speak on it, but yeah, attorneys are expensive. That's the nicest way I can say it. Even the suckiest ones, pause, they're not the best, or they're not the cheapest. I'll say that. I don't know if they're the best or not, because some people will grind it out to get their name up there and take the low. You know, everybody got a different ball game. Let me read through the article again. It says, previously Young Thug was identified as the alleged gunman in a call to a 911 played during the YSL RICO trial. I do remember that, yeah. But, dude, how they know, can you tell if that's somebody's voice or not? Somebody could easily sound just like him. You know what I mean? People mock people all the time. It's probably why they said I need to be the attorney guy. But, says, during the trial, on February 20th, prosecutors played a recording of the 911 call made on September 11th, 2013 by an unidentified woman. In the call, the woman first identifies Thugger as the shooter of a mutual friend, then clarifies that she was just relying the information from an unspecified someone else and wanted to get the details on the record with the police. So, again, this is hearsay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to, saying the woman is lying or not true, but I mean, like, y'all, this is basically, it's like right now, if something was going down in my apartment and we letting off, and like the neighbor, nobody directly in the source said, the neighbor is saying like, hey, yeah, so I'm going down over there. I don't know what. I just hear this. But I mean, that's still kind of one of those hearsay, because my thing is this, say like, even if I had took somebody out and like I already had a plan, threw them over the balcony, cleaned everything up where when they came in, nothing stood out, you know? I would never do anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, if these would happen outside, by the time the cops pulled up there, they was already gone. You know what I'm saying? And do they have any, other than like her having a phone call, do they have proof that he actually did that? Like, you can say like, that's him right there, you know? But you know what I'm saying? It's no different than something popping off outside right now. But like, yo, it's Soulja Boy them out there. They're fighting, you know? Would you guys really believe me without any video in front of you? The answer is no. No, you would not. So I'm not, just like, if I was to get on there and just retype it into the Discord with no images, no video, y'all wouldn't even know something. Ironically, Soulja Boy is running in the background. I wasn't even planning that. Let me hit the rest of this article real quick. It says, they came to my house and told me that the guy who shot somebody's name was Young Thug. Whoever that's supposed to be, the woman, see, they don't mean that. She said whoever that's supposed to be. She didn't say, and I think his name is Jeffrey. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't even say that. So Young Thug is known by Young Thug in the streets, or is that just his rap name? Says, while also making it clear that the injured friend was not in immediate danger. So my thing is this, I thought Thug and them were known to finish the job, man. So, and to me, I feel like there should be more evidence or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it's not him. I'm not gonna say it was him or wasn't him. So to me, definitely needs to be more. Pretty much that wraps up the Young Thugger spot, and then we're gonna go right into NBA YoungBoy. Very interesting, because we have seen him going through some stuff. But I'll touch on that. Let's see. We got the Slayer in the building. Says, yo, my people 100. What up, Slayer? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Let's touch on NBA YoungBoy. Pause. Says, NBA YoungBoy sparks fan concern with drug overdose photo. Please get help. And this is the one they're talking about right here. I would assume with all the conditions that NBA YoungBoy is under, this is obviously, not saying all that stuff, if it's not a real photo, but I'm assuming that's not really you know what in the cup, and those prescription drugs are probably really meant to be there, and he may not be even taking them. You know what I'm saying? But he's also doing this. I'm going to just say this, man. He's on house arrest, and he's, while he's free, he's got some pretty tight stipulations in the house arrest. And keep in mind, he's nowhere near in the hood he grew up. So, yeah. He's probably bored as I don't know what over there, man. You know, he's in the house literally all day if he ain't got no type of medical appointment. And I think they really just gave him a stipulation where he can only not let him know when he's going to a medical appointment. So, and we've seen this guy do some pretty unique and weird or different stuff out of his character. You know what I'm saying? One minute he's talking like the tough guy and ready to go at somebody, and the next minute we see him with his hair pulled back and, you know, just not looking like himself is the nicest way I can put it. And you can tell some of his tattoos, he did not get them done professionally, but that is what it is. And I believe that shovel was probably representing, quote unquote, the grave digger. But this is the photo everybody was having in question. Let me read through this article real quick, and then we'll transition on right to the main topic I want to hit on, which is hip-hop era. You know what I'm saying? The Slayer says, the 90s is the toughest era in hip-hop, period. 90s rap is the best rap. I agree with that. 90s is my favorite everything, to be honest. Like, because I grew up borderline in the 90s. But to me, it's the best everything. It had the best overall movies, not quality, but I'm talking story and great acting and entertaining. Yeah, I'll say it had better movies, and hip hop was different. Now let me tell you what hip hop slowly transitioned into before I get on this NBA YoungBoy topic. Is it went from everybody had to be unique and had their own flow and bring something different to the table to everybody need to sound like the next guy. Because think about it, we've transitioned to that era of where it's just everybody speaks trap music. It's how many different ways can they word how to, you know, take somebody out or hustle or do something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. So a lot of this stuff will slowly start to sound the same. At this point, they can make their beats different and they can make their voices slightly different. But I mean, the overall flow, in my opinion, in today's time, that's where it's at. No hype in the building with the salute. What up? No hype. What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. Really means a lot to the kid. Really means a lot, man. Let me read through this NBA YoungBoy article. It says, NBA YoungBoy has left fans concerned for his well-being after posting a photo of him appearing to overdose on drugs. The Baton Rouge rapper, who has been on house arrest in Utah since 2021. Think about it. He's been on house arrest since 2021. It's 2022, 2023, 2020. He's going on 3 years. He's tapping 3 years. Which Melly, think about this. Melly's been over 5 years just in jail, which is the same kind of concept. Because, I mean, the only difference, he's not in a regular home. He can't dress in regular clothes like NBA YoungBoy. So it says, uploaded a picture on Instagram on Thursday, February 1st of himself laid on the floor next to a bottle of prescription pills and a styrofoam cup full of whatever appears to be lean. So we don't know what's in this stuff either. You know what I'm saying? Who freaking knows? Says YoungBoy, who's a vacant expression on his face in the photo, wrote in the caption, "That's why I don't pick up my phone when it rings." Yeah. Says the alarming photo sparked immediate concern from his followers, what many flocking to the post to express their worries about his health. Obviously, homie's ready to go back to his regular life. You know what I mean? Like, he can have company of people visiting, but he's still not in his environment that he's used to, man. And maybe he could be just a living proof of being a product of his environment, you know? And maybe this is showing that, hey, this is kind of could be good for you. You know what I'm saying? He has been doing a great job as far as like this is keeping him out of trouble, and he has been winning some cases, man. Let me get the rest of the article real quick. Says, please get help. One person commented, while another said, YB, I love you. If you crash out or you know what, I'll cry. Please stop it. Others assuming the photo was staged, criticizing him for sharing such a troubled image, especially considering the number of rappers who have passed away from drugs in recent years. And I'm kind of paraphrasing here because some of the stuff YouTube really just don't want us to repeat. Every live I do, I almost got to pretty much challenge it, and you know, it's hit or miss. It says, who set up this pic though? Y'all, wow. He actually got down on the floor and said, take my pic with all these pills around me. In words, wanna be depressed and moody for likes. One comment read. So some people saying and thinking it's staged. Another said, way to start the Black History Month off with this picture. Keep leaning these kids that look up to along with your own kids. What if the people you love never hear from you again? 6 years clean and never going back. Okay. So that was somebody who actually probably had an experience. Fellow rapper I Love McConan, which he had that hit song with Drake, man. I seen some floating around today where one of the best, like all the tracks that Drake got on and helped bring on and put people on the map. And this was definitely one of those. I remember that. He's made some songs, but it ain't like that one with Drake. It says, fellow rapper I Love McConan, who has collaborated with YoungBoy twice while he's been on house arrest, wrote, nah, take this down and call me. We love you. Don't let the negativity take you over. I'm very curious that I'm not surprised that he get features, but it's like sometimes it seems like he's beefing with everybody sometimes. I'd be surprised that he get any features, but people do still collaborate with him. I'm not saying he don't make good music. I know the Young Bucks love him, man. I know personally. This isn't the first time the 24-year-old has left his fans worried about his well-being. He says last summer he made a post via his pet cat's Instagram page, Neon Salon, about his scary drug use and mental state. So obviously he's whatever he's doing, I don't know if it's real or fake, or he's doing it for attention or crying out for help, but that's what it seems like it's to me. It says, and the neon read the caption, which was accompanied by photos of NBA YoungBoy and his cat. He says, I've been seeing a lot. My dad so unhealthy is scary. He says, I've been seeing a lot. My dad so unhealthy is scary. Even his mental, he blows his money making people smile who don't care to see the signs that literally in the face 20 Zans a day. Please help. Interesting. I don't think he's supposed to be doing that on house arrest. Says, despite this, the father of 11 said in December that the narrative that his heavy drug user is a misconception and that he's recently spent time in rehab. He says, I went to rehab for a weekend recently, he said in an interview with Bootleg Kev. I still get an image that I do a lot of drugs, so I kind of get thrown in my face like, oh, this taking over his mind or something at this same time, and now I'm kind of taking on just therapy from now on. So he look like he's trying to improve, man. NBA YoungBoy, I'm not saying he's a perfect soul, but he's just a young kid with just when you get super successful early, you know what I mean? He's just sometimes you just become a product of that, and you just got to give him time to grow, is how I look at it. He added, I've been doing a lot of rich snippet and smoking these nasty cigarettes. They've been tearing my you-know-what up, though. He said they've been tearing my you-know-what up. I'm not going to read that part. Man, I want to stop smoking them so bad. So he wants to quit, man. He wants to quit. So let's transition into like this article with DJ Paul and Nelly saying the best eras were pretty much hip-hop was 2000s was the hardest. Now, I'm going to come out on a limb and say it probably was the hardest because, I mean, everybody had to be different versus everybody slowly transitioning into that. Like, you don't have to, you couldn't sound the same. You had to be different. You had to have a different flow. Let's see. Many with the Kicks said Slayer and 85 salute. The Slayer and Many with the Kicks got the 100 joint. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a good topic for sure. Let me read through this real quick. It says, DJ Paul has shared his thoughts on Nelly's argument about the eras of hip-hop, concurring that the best eras was the 2000s. TMZ caught up with the Memphis legend on Friday, March 8th, to get his thoughts on the debate, and he wasn't shy in sharing his opinion. He says, of course, 3 6 Mafia producer may be biased considering his group had its most successful run during the decade, including an Oscar win. So definitely legend status for real. He said the 2000s was hard. Probably 2000s was the hardest. The 90s was kind of like a breeze because that was when we brought out Tear the Club Up and all this. That was really nobody else in our lane in the 90s. It was like a breeze. So pretty much everybody in the 90s, it seemed like they all kind of had their own lane. That's why I like hip hop in the 90s. Everybody had their own lane, and then eventually people start, okay, cool, well, this is this type of music, this is this type of music, and you put it in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? You put up 3 6 Mafia, now you can find related artists that do the same kind of style. Like, if you like them, you'll like this type of situation. Says Paul also explained that the charts didn't mean as much back in the 90s. He said, I was trying to be on the radio because I knew radio wasn't going to play half of the crap. He said, I wasn't trying to be on the radio because I know the radio wasn't going to play half of the crap that we was talking about. So I wasn't looking for charts. I wanted gold plaques and platinum plaques, but I got those on every album that dropped. So there you go. So 3 6 Mafia is that. They're legendary, man. You guys got to give them credit where credit is due. And I can see why he's saying that. He says, the So Fly co-producer was then asked about the current era, which he admitted was a difficult one to negative. Yeah, see, this era is definitely different, too. I mean, numbers aren't like numbering unless you're like Kanye, which I did just post that in the Sold Out Discord. But for the most part, everybody else, unless you're like Drake, Kanye, and maybe like another solid artist on that, their numbers are way through the roof compared to everybody else. You know, other than that, it's been, music, to be honest, man, like, I'm going to say I call it like fast food music, to be honest, because reality is the reason I go back and listen to the older stuff, it's, what's the word am I looking for? It aged well. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's timeless. It's timeless. That's what I'm looking for. the music from like the 90s and Nelly's and stuff, they made timeless songs. You know, now you get a person that's putting an album out almost every year, when it used to be like you put out an album every 2 to 3 years and called it a day. And those guys were here for the longevity. They got 10 albums like a Nas, you know, 10 plus albums really. It's like he rejuvenated himself. I think Jay-Z did 10. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of GOAT status and stuff like that. And look how long they've been still attached to hip hop. That's longevity, you know? And that's what I mean by that. Let me hit the rest of the article real quick. It says, now you gotta sell music to people that don't even care about music sometimes. Sometimes they just get on there to have a word to say just because they got the power to say it. The social media made it harder because you're judged by millions of people. I will say that. I can agree with that. Because back then, man, all we had was like pretty much, this was when the era when we was growing up, when TRL was important. And 106 in Park was important, and then you had Rap City, and there's probably a whole bunch of other shows like you could wake up in the morning and they would have like, you can just put that on in the morning and get your music rotation. It's literally these people, like MTV actually used to be music television, and it played nothing but music 24/7. Had Yo MTV Raps. It had everything on there, so like, yeah, you got a little bit of everything. BET had the same thing on there too until they got bought out, and then you saw like more and more MTV slowly start going more and more reality TV show, and then next thing you know, it was less and less and less about music each and every year. VH1, we had that, but we didn't have we had the internet, but it really wasn't on a level of what it is now, where you pretty much, you look at your phone 24/7. You, even if you miss something, you're only gonna be like maybe a few hours off on worst case scenario because you was at work, you know, or you were just busy handling family business. But he says the debate was sparked earlier this month when Nelly made an appearance on LeBron James' The Shop. So that's on YouTube, I know. Says the St. Louis rap legend reflected on his breakthrough success in the 2000s and the challenges he faced and trying to stand out in a crowded marketplace full of bona fide stars. So yeah, that's why I think you got to stand out in your own lane now. And I guess you still got to do that in this era, but to be honest, if you make a song similar to everybody else's flow, and you got to be more unique as far as your style, you know what I'm saying? Now it's about the style. Back then, it was a mixture of, can you actually rap? You know what I mean? The beats were not, I'll tell you this though, the beats has elevated. The production is on another level compared to, I would love to hear some of my favorite rap lyrics over different beats, you know, even though that stuff still hit, but it's definitely transitioned for the better on production wise. And I know y'all got to agree with me on that one. Says, discussing the Grammy hit and miss success when it comes to awarding rappers, he said, Country Grammar sold 5 million and I didn't even get nominated as Best New Artist. He says, because my album came out in 2000, so I wasn't even on the ballot. In 2001, the great, talented, well-deserving Miss Alicia Keys won, and she should have won. Yeah, so it was just a lot of, like, hits, you know? It was just a lot of hits going on, for real. Like, everybody that was coming out, I'll tell you what was also missing in today's time versus what we had when we were growing up listening to music. It seemed like back then they actually had what they call artist development. You know what I mean? You could tell the artists it would take an artist when they got signed. They didn't just drop like the next day or a week. You know, that's another thing. While stuff is faster back then, it took like months for that person to drop, you know, or at least what it seems like, because they were getting them ready. So when they get ready to go, they're going to be coming out swinging. It seems like the labels set you up more for success back then versus now. You got to with the social media era, you got to already have it. Back then, the label had to see something in you, which they still do. But now, if you say like right now, if I get off this live, drop a song, and I wake up the next day, it go viral, and it's all over my Instagram, and it's all over this, I guarantee you some labels going to be like, it's work. Because he's already did it, so they're going to reap the reward. You know what I mean? They may have you play another song or two and see how it goes. The Slayer says, production-wise, it's over the moon, but them lyrics ain't, oh, heck no. Yeah, this lyrically, we've declined, right? Like, lyrically, we declined, bro. Because, production, but see, the production's so great, though, to be honest, you don't really got to say nothing. Even though some people do, some people don't. Like Kendrick, he still got his flow where he say something. J. Cole, while I miss the earlier Cole music, not saying he still don't got bars. It's just different. I don't know, it's production or something. Like, I don't know. Something's different with Cole for me. But we still got a few people out there still going out there lyrically. Now it's more about wordplay. It seems like it's more about wordplay versus how it was like lyrically. But we had wordplay back in the day too. Let's see. Says, you got to understand the era of my music was the toughest era in hip hop ever. Says he declared, when I put out songs, I had to go against DMX, Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Luda. All of us are fighting for one spot. So from 99 to 2008 through 2010, it's the hardest era ever to get records. I'm guessing he means like a banger, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to get like that super duper. It's hard to get a major hit, and I can see why he thinks that. And he does have a valid point. But I think even today it's still hard to get like a hit now. Like is way different compared to a hit back then, where now it's like we still get it kind of sort of, but it's nowhere near on the level back then. I feel like a lot of songs were forced upon us. Like the Eminem songs got played in rotation so much on your TV that even if you start out not liking the joint, you're going to end up liking the joint. You ever had that situation where they put something in rotation so much to the point like, man, I hate this song, but it get to the point where like, you know what, let it stay. All right, cool, I'm going to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go. Because earlier this year, DJ Paul paid tribute to his frequent collaborator, 3 6 Mafia rapper Gangsta Boo, 1 year after her untimely passing. So yes, R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo. Yeah, I remember she did the Blad in the room. Let's see, and she did music definitely. Says, the Slayer says, when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, it was game over. That album like soar rocket, like a rocket. Now I will say that was his best album to date. I know it's got to be like, but to be honest, it's not saying 50 Cent is a one-hit wonder because he's not, but it's proven that Lauryn Hill's proven this too. If you do your first album good enough, you really don't need to drop another album. You can just, and 50 them did. I know 50 did, but I'm saying like, every song on Get Rich or Die Trying, you gotta, let me put it this way, he's got enough hits on there just to tour off of Get Rich and Die Trying alone, you know? And even off the song you don't really want to hear, and then you got the other guys that are coming along too. So the team, G-Unit, definitely a different time. But yeah, that was game over. It definitely, you can tell, and everybody has their ways, but somebody else will eventually have to top it, you know? But yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying was on another level. Eminem had made it to another level. Then he got Detroit on. Nelly them had they run too. I'm gonna give Nelly their credit though. They had they run. Country Grammar joint, or that that joint, or it had my bad, don't judge me for that either. But yeah, a lot of like Nelly hits that you can probably, and he did a crossover and did a country joint too. He says he pretty much did the one with Tim McGraw, like it's all in my head over and over again. That joint was crazy. He's crossed over too and made some great hits, you know. So I'm gonna give Nelly credit where credit is due, and that's what people, you know. I'm about giving people their flowers too. But let me read through the rest of this. It says, on the first day of 2023, pioneering rapper, real name Chantrell Lola Mitchell, which I'm assuming they're talking Gangsta Boo, was found unresponsive as her mother home in Memphis, Tennessee, and pronounced you know what at the scene. It was later reported that she had scrambled onto an accidental overdose. I'm not gonna read what that is. Let's see, she was only 43 years old at the time. So you know how it is, man. The King of Memphis took to Instagram to share several photographs of the departed icon, compiled and edited to make it seem like she was missing down from heaven. Her song Love Don't Live, You Abandon Me, played over visuals. Says 1 year today and I feel it. The producer caption he posted, starting to feel it in a month ago. Rest Queen, you've worked hard enough. So, and I can see what he means, man. So say all that to say, then we're gonna transition Diddy just for a little second real quick, and then we'll talk the Dame Dash joint to close things out, because we definitely want to do an update on that. I know I wasn't gonna talk about pretty much, and I think this is NBA YoungBoy trying to get his charges thrown out. But we'll see how that goes real quick. But I'm just stay off the NBA YoungBoy situation because I kind of read it already, but I'll just read the top of it real quick. I think that obviously they're trying to get the guns and stuff he had thrown out. So this is very interesting. And then, cause I think we're pretty much done with the era of hip hop, because we already got that kind of already done. A lot of people say they blame Diddy, and I got this article saying they blame Diddy for ruining hip hop. And this is Saigon. I don't know if y'all remember Saigon from back in the day, but he had bars too. But let me touch on this other part of NBA YoungBoy real quick. Pause. And see how this is going real quick. It says NBA YoungBoy's attempt to get gun charges thrown out, challenged by feds. NBA YoungBoy's attorneys have argued that the federal guns charges brought against him are in violation of his Second Amendment rights, but the government doesn't agree. According to the court, the documents obtained by Hip Hop DX, the federal government filed a motion on Friday, March 8th, in opposition to rappers' request to have his charges thrown out. My apologies. The government filing claims that the United States has also engaged some sort of firearms regulation on both the state and federal level, especially when it comes to keeping firearms out the hands of felons. So I'm assuming because he's a felon, he's not supposed to have it, but at the same time, the Second Amendment means you have the right to bear arms. So that is kind of like a gray area. It is a gray area. Says, on the other hand, the Baton Rouge rapper attorney argued that NBA YoungBoy had the right to bear arms under the recent adjudicated case NYS Rifles and Pistols Association versus Bergen, which ruled such restrictions on guns possessions were unconstitutional. The feds countered that the ruling merely refines the standard for gun ownership, but doesn't eliminate restrictions altogether. So this is attorney talking to pretty much the state, trying to get him out of the situation. Let's see, and we will read on the rest of this real quick, because the rest of this kind of goes into all the stuff we already just kind of covered. It says, previously NBA YoungBoy freedom was threatened as the prosecutor in his ongoing federal trial has requested a hearing to address his alleged non-compliant behavior. According to the court documents obtained by Hip Hop DX, the request for a hearing, which was filed on Thursday, February 29th, came because prosecutors have noticed that the Baton Rouge native was allegedly been using drugs, which was a violation of his conditions of his pretrial release. So therefore, it's already going into that. Underlining he violated condition number 10 and has informed his supervising officer that he has no intentions to discontinue using the substance that resulted in the violation. So he obviously he's starting to slowly not care anymore, from what it seems like. It says, wherefore the United States respectfully requests that the court set a hearing to address the violation with the defendant and to determine the appropriate remedial action. He better hope that I know he don't want to go back behind them bars, but then again, he can't really do nothing anyway. It says, as of the writing, no hearing date on the matter has been scheduled. His lawyer, though, got to be tight. Hey, man, can you not just chill and not do nothing? And I know that's easier said than done. Says, while specifics on the alleged violation hasn't been addressed in the paperwork, NBA YoungBoy fans have been concerned with the rapper's possible excessive drug use. They point out many hoping to seek help in this apparent issue. So, I'm not going to read through the rest of this joint because that's kind of what we already, we already kind of read up on this joint. It says the right foot crept up on the rapper vagrant, especially, we already kind of covered that part. So, that's enough of NBA YoungBoy. And now we're gonna talk Dame Dash situation, man. Recently we had covered this too, where he was pretty much ruled to pretty much sell his remaining shares of ROC-A-FELLA. So we're gonna talk about this article, and then we're gonna probably wrap things up here for tonight. We'll be on this joint for no more than like an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all know how the kid do. So yeah, we're going on this joint for like another roughly 25 minutes, man. Probably gonna take us to get through that little part. Let's see. Let me get a little swig. Says Dame Dash ROC-A-FELLA shares being eyed by two prominent New York rappers, says lawyer. So at this point, we know it's Cameron and Mace. Ironically, Dunks would have been here, and he kind of called this too, man. When we were live about that. Obviously, this is gonna be there. If Dame has to sell him, and then Cameron and Mace them get him, you know, obviously it's gonna be in a safe place where, say, if he wanted to attain them back, they'll probably just give it back. You know what I'm saying? As a homie looking out. I wouldn't even think that, you know, I think that would be that type of situation. You know, it's like they looking out low key, but you know what I mean? It's probably somewhere like, we'll hold them, but you know, you still got access. We wouldn't do you like that, big dog. Because Mace and Cameron on their show already said that Dame Dash is an individual. He's an acquired taste, but they respect him because he put a lot of people in position where they are. Cameron, you know what I'm saying? So they've said that. Let me read through this article real quick. It says, Dame Dash shares in ROC-A-FELLA Records have had several interesting buyers, according to the attorney Christopher Brown, and the two of the purchasers are well-known names. In a statement to Hip Hop DX, Brown shared that anyone who has trying to purchase the shares directly from Dash himself was barking up the wrong tree. What's more, Brown made it clear that Dash has no control over the sale of the shares, that the judgments against Dash, which total $1 million, would be satisfied with the sale of his 1/3 interest in ROC-A-FELLA Records. It sucks, man, that it has to go through this, but I have a feeling that if it's Cameron and Mace, I feel like they're gonna do right by him. However that may be, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I mean, like, that's if somebody's got to buy him, that's the ones I would like to see buy him. Says Mr. Dash did not create this auction, and it is simply judgment debater along for the ride. Brown wrote in a statement, I was recently informed that the Office of Child Support Services, New York City, has added a lien to the auction in the amount of $123,562.37. Sheesh. I thought he had paid all that child support. I remember one time I showed it where Dame Dash had paid $1 million in child support. Let me put myself on the main screen because I know I seen that. I want to make sure I'm not tripping. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can just find it real quick. Dame Dash. And I ain't gonna get on the how I feel about child support and all that, but pays $1 million child support. Like, I know I seen him do this before. Like, he had bailed out, but the article did not come out like that. Let me see real quick. Says income drops to 2022, seeks to reduce child support. That was in 20. It's crazy that he's still on child support, but they arrested for unpaid child. I think this was in 2019. And then he had to pay, maybe he didn't pay it all out. It says Dame Dash arrest for owing child support. Tells the judge to make over $5,000 in 2022. That was in 2024. So he's trying to get, obviously he's trying to get some of his stuff. Obviously he's trying to get some of his stuff. It's crazy. I wonder how many kids he actually has to be having this. You know, I know he makes it, but I'm curious how many kids he has. I'm going to see if I can find this. Hold up. Let's see. Arrested for unpaid child support 2019. Says unpaid child support released after paying $1 million more. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about right here, though. Let me share my screen. Ba-da-da, boom. Says Dame Dash arrested for unpaid child support released after paying more than $1 million in report earlier this year, and this was published in 2019. Earlier this year, it was reported that Dame Dash owed more than $400,000 in child support to Rachel Ray and Cindy Morales. So he got two baby mamas. How many kids they got together though? Like, how does he get $1 million in the hole too? That he just not cool with him and not paying? Rachel Ray, I gotta look this up real quick. Dame Dash, who you been smashing, man? And how many kids does he have? But let's see, Rachel Ray. Okay, cool. We see he has Ava Dash, and that's one kid. And they were married from '05 to 2009. And she is 24 years old, and he still owes, but it says back child support, though. That's crazy, even though I know I've seen them spending time together. Yeah, and then who is the other one? So that's one kid. And then I think he's definitely got to have more than two, though. Let me see one more time. Hold on. So, and I'm going to share my screen on this real quick. I just realized I wasn't sharing my screen, but I just want to see, and how many kids do they have? So I'm assuming they got to have like 1, 2. And maybe if this is even the same person. Let me see if I can put in there Dame Dash. Boom. There we go. So you can see them together. Yeah. So I'm very curious. F and Dame. Hey man, hey man, everybody's human, man. And I'm gonna just put it like that. Let me share my screen again on this joint real quick. But yeah, so it's crazy. No Hype got the salute to Manny. But yeah, so he had to pay $1 million. So he says hip hop mogul Dame Dash was arrested in New York City on Wednesday for failing to pay 2 of the mothers of his child support, Rachel Ray and Cindy Morales, overdue child support, according to TMZ. Earlier this year, it was reported that Dash, 48, owed more than $400,000 in child support to Rachel, to Roy, and to Morales. He shares 2 daughters, Ava, 19 at the time, now she's 24. And he says to Hula, 11, which now they're even older, to Ray, 45, and the son, Lucky, 15. So, okay, cool. So he actually got more than he got 2 kids with each of them. So he's got 1, 2, because he's got, Morales shares 2 daughters, Ava, and then the other one is Tahalala. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Tolaha. And then Roy, they have a son who is 15 named Lucky. So that's 3 kids, yeah. With Morales, he shares Dame Dash Jr. Okay, damn. So he has, and with so with Morales, it's way more. So, yeah. So he has Ava, he has Tallulah, and he shares, damn. So look like we got 1, 2, 3, he says also shares Dame Dash Jr. 27. So I'm guessing the reason Dame Dash Jr. he's done paying for that with with Morales he's all okay, so I get what it's saying now. And then he has another child. So he has 2 with Roy, right? Yeah, he has 2 with Roy. Then he has a son with that's 15 with Morales. And they also have Dame Dash, and then he shares then he has another son. He has Dame Dash Jr. 27 with Linda. So he's got pretty much, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a total of 4 kids. 3 different women is what I'm counting right now. Because they got 2, and they got, that's 3, and then 4. Yeah, 4 kids, 3 different women. So Dame Dash really was handling business like that back in the day, not knocking the man for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Page 6 reports the April 2015 Bronx family court judge issued an arrest warrant for Dash and ordered him to pay $62,000 to Morales. This year, a Supreme Court divorce warrant was issued for Dame Dash, who was ordered to pay $342,000 to Roy. Bam. Says, according to TMZ, Dash went to Manhattan Court on Wednesday to take care of the 2 warrants. He told the outlet that after he paid it off about $1 million to clear 1 warrant, he was arrested as soon as he stepped out the courtroom. Wow, that's crazy. So he's had $300,000. Damn, man, like, I don't know, man. I ain't knocking nobody but sheesh, bro. That's crazy. I mean, super crazy. It says Dame claimed he was in handcuffs and escorted by the police to the Bronx courtroom to take to take care of the rest of the debts. In total, Dash reportedly paid more than $1 million to clear his name and be released. We've been looking to arrest him since 2015. NYC Sheriff Joseph Facito told. Oh, so he's been on. This would happen in 2019. So 16, 17, 18, 19. So yeah, they have been looking for him for 4 years. I guess Dame said, I'm just staying out of New York. Says the outlet reports that Dame Dash left court holding hands with his pregnant fiance. So now that's 5 kids I'm getting, like Raquel Horn. So that's 5, and said he had been crucified just like Jesus Christ. In addition, he said that there ain't no money problems, despite claiming the federal court papers last week. This week, his personal income was claiming a federal court papers was virtually non-existent, and that he was facing additional unexpected expenses due to Horn's pregnancy. So, I mean, yeah, because and I'm assuming they already don't have the child. So, I'm counting 5 kids for Mr. Dash here. He says, I went to turn myself in with money. I already paid it, and I still walked in with cuffs. He reported, said, no more warrants. Everything is clear. So I'm curious if this is like good, if he's in good standing all the way. I mean, he has to be because he's kind of out now. So Dame, I'm counting 5 kids. Could be wrong. But this is the thing. Dame be in some just tough financial, like, to me, I guess for me, like regular Joe Schmo, I'm just like, bro, like, how does he sit back and just handle it? But I guess when he has no choice. But that's what got us on that whole child support stuff. Says Mr. Dame did not create the auction, and he says, yeah, the Office of Child Support Services, New York City, has added a lien to the auction. That's how we got. I was like, how did I even get into this man's personal business like that? But I see what I did, right? Yeah, and obviously they don't play about it in New York City, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So let me read through the rest of this real quick. Got everything up. It says, I was recently informed that the Officer of Child Support Service in New York City has added a lien, read that part, unpaid child support, and Mr. Dash has a judgment against him in the case of Bun versus Dash. And then they got, I'm assuming that's the court number 20-07389 for $30,000 pending in California. It says, this too will be added. Buyer beware when it comes to Damon Dash. My office and the United States Marshal are in control of this process. With being said, I am negotiating with various entitles to sell the judgments that are the focal point of, let me read through the rest of this real quick. The focal point of the auction. The parties seeking to purchase the judgments fully intend to complete the auction process. He continued, my team/client has heard from 2 prominent New York rappers. However, the present leading candidates to purchase the judgments are World One TV and another network, and both networks are willing to pay an amount and the exceeds of the judgments, and understanding the value of this once the lifetime opportunity. So looks like it's been 2 prominent rappers, and then also there was other candidates that are judgments are the World One TV and another network. So it looks like 3 people are in the market trying to buy it. I wonder, does Dame, I think Dame doesn't get to control who gets to buy it though. So maybe they'll have to talk to these guys like, hey man, back off. You know what I mean? Who knows? It says Brown's statement is in full, can be found here. So Dame Dash ROC-A-FELLA shares being eyed by 2 prominent New York rappers, says lawyer. But obviously, I mean, you still got these other people says it's worth nothing per the World One TV's Instagram page. Brown is listing as the co-founder and the chief administrative officer of the company, alongside Sean A. Reed, best known for his work on the TV Other Side of the Ring, and Brian White, an actor perhaps best known for Stump the Yard, who incidentally played Frank in the film Dear Frank, which ended up being at the crux of the original lawsuit brought against Dame Dash. Oh, so if they get it, obviously they're definitely, yeah, this is what we want and we'll make money off this, because I think that was one of the issues with that lawsuit. Dame Dash is no stranger to court, as you guys can see, and he doesn't back down, you know. It says, while Brown didn't state which prominent New York rappers were interested in the purchase of ROC-A-FELLA, there is some speculation that the rappers in question may be Cameron and Mace, who recently snarked about the matter on their podcast. Latest episode of it is What It Is, when live on Wednesday, February 28th, and open with the Minerator treasurer Stat Baby Wilson bringing up the rumor about the co-host purchasing the entrepreneurial ROC-A-FELLA shares, his legal and financial troubles. So I can see why Cameron definitely would want to purchase Mace. Maybe so too, because I don't think Mace ever did anything with ROC-A-FELLA. He was with Bad Boy, but you know apparently him and Cameron are basically grew up together in the buds. From what I'm getting from this, I think they're both from Harlem, so you can definitely see that. They both got that like type of just Harlem swag. I feel like each borough in New York has its own swag, and ain't nothing wrong with that at all. So definitely want to throw that out there. Let me hit the chat real quick. No Hype says, I'm lacing up shoes, but definitely up in here. It's all good, Brody. Hey, this a kickback, man. We chilling. Y'all know me, man. As y'all can see, I ain't even really tripping on this. It's just really kind of just relaxing. This how we do Music Mondays. Everything's floating like how I wanted to flow. And because after this Dame Dash joint, we're pretty much done. So I already touched on the Diddy situation. That just not sound right. But yeah, I'm going to close out on the Diddy joint. Boom, boom. So yeah, I moved right at the pace and the flow that I wanted to move at. Let me hit the rest of this article real quick. It says, let's just say killer I did for 20 murder said while pulling up to the cash from his jack pocket. Who would I sell it to first? I was thinking, man, I'd probably sell it to Drake. Drake probably would want to buy it from me. Drake was trying to buy Evander Holyfield's earlobe. Wow. Cam added laughingly. Wow. Drake, if anything, should have just bought Evander Holyfield's house like Rick Ross did. But he didn't. Ross got that deal first. Drake is out here copping ish. He bought Pharrell's skateboard chains. I actually done some business with Drake. I'll let him announce it whenever he want to announce it, but he's out here copping ish. So they're saying if they get the Dame Dash stuff, they can flip it to Drake. Very interesting. It says, according to the documents obtained by the Radar Online, February 16th, a judge ordered Dame Dash to sell his shares of ROC-A-FELLA after he allegedly refused to pay a $823K judgment to the movie producer Josh Weber that stemmed from the 2016 film Dear Frank. Now, let me look up Josh Weber real quick just so we can get a visual on who he is. I think I have an idea, but don't quote me. I'm going to just type in Josh Weber, and then we'll see what pulls up real quick, and then I'll share my screen with you guys real quick, even though last time I kind of had low-key forgot. Let's see, Josh Weber. I'm going to type in Josh Weber, Dear Frank, because I know this can't be the right guy. You know what I'm saying? That Google pulled up first, Dear Frank. I think we got here Lil Durk. Where they at? This is the movie Dear Frank. Let's see, Dear Frank, but I gotta see Josh Weber. Okay, maybe it's 2 B's in here. Claudia Jordan was in there. T Mac, but that's definitely Lil Durk that played that joint. Let me see if I can find out where he at. View all. Trying to get the cask in here. So Columbia Short was George. I know I need to share the screen, but yeah. Josh Weber, I think, was he like the producer or something? Hold on, let me share my screen again. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see, like, cause yeah, Josh. Oh, he was the producer. That's why I ain't finding him. But this is the film right here that they're talking about. These are the actors. But Dear Frank, right here, overview of the joint. So yeah, I was looking for Josh Weber, but I guess he kind of just stays low key. But apparently, yeah, Dame Dash owes him 300 and, or no, it was 800 and, I'm sorry, not 300. Silly me, how insulting. 823K. Let me hit the chat real quick. Manny says facts 85. No Hype says Manny, their fire is FK. I know what you mean. Mandarin Kick says, I've been telling Polo that 85 join the dark side. Papa. You said after lacing them up, them craft threes are sewing them on feet. People definitely sleeping on them joints. Oh, no wonder. I missed that part. That's a part of the live, the comment I missed. I don't want those. I know what y'all talking about, man. I know I've seen the on feet and they do look fire. I'm gonna say that, but right now, man, I'm trying to be in my bag. I want some, and we got those trophy room lows that we probably is gonna be backdoored, but you never know. So honestly, I'm just selling right now in the sneaker game and the music joint too, man. Let me read the rest of this article real quick, and we'll be on this joint for like another 5 minutes. It says both Jay and Kareem Biggs Burke objected to. And that mean Jay, they should have just said, when I say Jay-Z, you didn't really save us any time here. And Biggs, the other person that owns the other half of ROC-A-FELLA, says Burke objected to the Dame having to sell his shares in his auction on the basis the company bylaws mandate that the board of directors must first approve the sell off. However, U.S. Mandarin Robert W. Lieberger ruled that the former exec's 1/3 ownership of ROC-A-FELLA can be seized to help cover the judgment since it is his personal property. So they try to look out for Dame, but it looks like nothing they can do. And so the people that are prosely interested in this joint is going to be Cameron and Mace. So I feel like they would look out for him in whatever way they can if they was able to get their hands on it. No Hype says materials are like butter. He's like butter. Oh, you talking about the quality on those shoes and materials like butter. I got you. I may check it out. I mean, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. And then the last little part of this real quick, I know you talking about the shoes. We'll talk about it definitely on Wednesday on Sold Out. Steve Stash talks Jay-Z and Dame Dash fallout. Dame Dash says he had to smack the ish out of Steve out of style a couple times years ago. Hove and Dame alongside Kareem Biggs Buke found ROC-A-FELLA records in 1996, but disabandoned in 2024. So, yeah, it's been probably dismantled a long time in that. So, I guess Dame Dash really stepped up on pretty much with Steve Stout. And so I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but I guess they definitely had some beef back then. Steve Stout on the disconnection of Dame Dash and Jay-Z. Jay wanted more. Jay seemed Dash ceiling. So I still feel like there's a certain way you got to move with the whole Dame and Jay situation. I feel like he made a lot of moves behind his back and then just kind of one day was like, hey, I'm out, and never had to talk to him ever again. It was kind of a weird break. I feel like it could have been done more professionally on both parts. But then again, if Dame really didn't know, he really didn't know. But at the same time, people would argue like, well, what does he really do? You have those people in your department, I'm sure, where you're like, okay, but like, what are you going to do? Like people that try to task you like they're your boss and they're not your boss. And then you looking at them like, all right, cool. I don't mind doing it. But, like I've had this happen all the time at work. So that's how it goes. No Hype says they giving them joints away. Let's see. Hold up. No Hype says, for the price, you ain't got no excuse, Polo. Manuel Kick says, yes, Sirski 85. They giving them joints away. All right, man. Y'all killing me, man. Let me put myself back on the main screen. I see everybody ready to talk that sneaker talk, which I'm going to do on Wednesday, man. So, salutes to Dunks. He's probably had to do something with the fan for sure. But yeah, we're coming towards the end of this joint. Definitely was a good one, man. Appreciate y'all being active in the chat as always. These topics I'll probably bring up, if nothing pops off next week, we'll continue on with the Diddy situation. I didn't want to really spend too much. If I would have started the Diddy situation, bro, we would have never got out of here on time. And let's just keep it 100 through the week. Y'all know I just be grinding, man. So other than that, yeah, let's pretty much wrap things up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Really means a lot. So smash that like button, sub it to the channel. Definitely means a lot. Of course, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. Pretty much we'll be back on Wednesday. Salutes to Dunks. Hopefully he's all right. And he's probably just working. Usually I think on Mondays they have him working overtime, or he could just be tired, man. You know what I'm saying? This stuff really takes consistency sometimes, man. But I do appreciate everybody for working with me. But other than that, yeah, let's wrap things up for tonight. This definitely was a good topic. Definitely the toughest parts of hip hop is, areas of hip hop can definitely be debatable. That was a good topic to touch on. Definitely as we transition, of course, we talked Young Thug, current situation. We talked a little bit of NBA YoungBoy's current situation. And then, of course, we had to close out with Dame Dash situation. No matter how you slice it and dice it, all these guys, Thugger and NBA YoungBoy is going to go down as legends in the future, I would assume. Dame Dash, definitely a legend, definitely a GOAT. So, yeah, definitely interesting. No Hype says, for sure, have a good night, fam. Appreciate that. Manuel Kick says, Dame told Steve, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Smack. Bing bong. Most definitely, man. But yeah, let's wrap things up for the night. Definitely smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already, of course. Y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know this is Music Monday. We'll be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up, and I will be back on Wednesday, and definitely more content on the way. And I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. Would you wanna come through for me, girl? If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
It's been a long day, you should roll up. Now it's you every time my phone buzz. Need you around, I've been so alone. Shit be hard when I'm on the road. All this Louis luggage made me wet the grill. I don't really wanna touch it unless it's mine for real. I put all them diamonds on her like a chandelier. She gon' get a double murder if the looks could kill. Yeah, these feelings are familiar. Swear she look familiar. Swear to God I need her. Swear to God I need love. I've been in and out of lust. I've been in and out of touch. Only in and out of love, yeah.
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that I miss you and I love you. I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while. I know this music is hard, but I know you're also doing an incredible job. I just worry that it might take a lot out of you, and
I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. girl. If you slide, tell me now what you do for me, girl. Been alone for some time, so it's new for me, girl. But I wanna take a chance on you truthfully, girl. Girl, I'll be a man, I know you need that. Where your old piece, you need to leave that. Got you on my lock, I need to keep that. Yeah, I mean that. Oh, you see that? I've been trying to hold back, gotta practice self-control. Every time I call you, girl, I always get that tone. I just need to see you, girl, I'm tired of that phone. Just say when you alone, on my way, I'm going gone, yeah. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through. I just told my shawty better come through. We can turn it up if you want to. Looking at the sky through the sunroof. We can do whatever, girl, come through.